This video is for the 12.3 reteach. So if you are still struggling with finding the area of trapezoids, be sure to follow along with this video. Or if you've been assigned the 12.3 reteach, this will help you with that. So how do trapezoids relate to parallelograms? So we have this trapezoid here, and we can see, right, they are exactly the same. Just stacking them side by side, though, doesn't really make a shape. So we want to flip this one upside down. When we put them together, we can see, right, they make that nice parallelogram. It does not want to line up perfect, but there we go. So it makes this nice parallelogram around the outside. So this side here, we just took this and we flipped it here. These are exactly the same. So when I add this base here, so they'll lots of times call it base 1 or A, and here's base 2 or B. And when we put these together, that gives us the entire base of this parallelogram. So when we add these together, we get this whole thing. So that's our first step, is we want to add these. Then no matter where I cut this parallelogram, it has that same height here. So no matter where I cut it, we multiply by the height. But then to get back to just a regular trapezoid, we want to take it and we want to cut it in half. So let's use this formula here to answer these questions. So our base is 6 and the other base is 4. It won't matter which one you put first, because adding 6 and 4, 4 and 6 is the same thing. And our height is 9. So from base to base is 9. And then we want to take that whole thing and cut it in half. So 6 plus 4 is 10, times by 9 is 90. And then we're going to cut 90 in half. So I can see 90 ends in a nice even number. So that means 2 is going to perfectly go in here. So 2 goes into 9 4 times, and that is 8. We have 1 left over. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So this answer here is 45 units squared. So 45 of whatever these units are, feet, inches, miles, centimeters, 45 of those squares will fit in there. Hey, this one here tells us that the first base is 9, the second base is 8, the height that connects base to base is 3. That gives us a parallelogram. So now we want to cut it in half to get back to our trapezoid. So 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 times 3. So let me do that right down here. 7 times 3, 21. 3 times 1 is 3, 4, 5. So we've got 51 divided by 2. So I can say 51 is not an even number, but we can make 2 evenly go in here by adding a decimal and another 0. It's still 51, but now it ends in an even number, so it can nicely be divided by 2. So 2 goes into 5 2 times, which is 4. 1 left over, bring down the 1. 2 goes into 11 5 times, which is 10. 1 left over, bring down the 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Now it's not 255. Don't forget to bring this decimal up. So this has an area of 25.5 units squared. Okay, this one we want to find the bases. So we are looking for A and B. We don't know those. But to connect A and B, the height is 5. We'll cut the whole thing in half, and that gives us an area of 37.5. So normally we would add A and B, then we would times by the height, which is 5, and then we would cut it in half. But we need A and B by themselves, so we're going to do everything backwards and opposite. So start here. The opposite of divide by 2 is to multiply by 2 on both sides. So go ahead and do that and then come back. So this part canceled out because this is really like 1 over 2. 1/2 times 2 is just 1. Dividing by 1 doesn't change anything. So here we have 10, 14 plus 1 is 15. 6 and 1 is 7. But don't forget this decimal right here. Move it over one place, 75. So A plus B times by 5 equals 75. So we've done the opposite of divide by 2. Now the opposite of times by 5 is to divide by 5 on both sides. So go ahead and do that. So this one cancels out. So we've got 75 divided by 5 goes in here one time, just 5, 2 left over, bring down my 5, and 5. So A plus B equals 15. So up here it tells us the longer base is double or 2 times bigger than the shorter one. So if I take the shorter one and times it by 2, that will equal the longer base. So remember, we're adding A and B. So let's think of things that when we add together equal 15. I could do 1 and 14, but I know when I double 1, that does not equal 14. So it's not that one. 2 times doubled is 4, but 2 plus 4 does not equal 15. 2 plus 13 equals 15. So it's not that one. So we've got 3 and 12 make 15, but 3 doubled is not 12. 4 and 11 make 15, but 4 doubled is 8, not 11. So 5 and 10 make 15. 5 doubled is 10. So the answer to our two bases is 5 and 10, where the bigger one is double the shorter one. Let's just double check our work here. 5 plus 10 is 15. Times by 5 is 75. Cut in half, 37.5. So our bases for A and B, where base 1 is double base 2, is 5 and 10. So hopefully those problems will help you with your reteach. If you have any other questions on that assignment, then please let me know and we can set up a time to meet together.